In this video, we'll see how to solve one-step equations by adding and subtracting fractions. First thing we want to do when we have our equations is we want to simplify it. So if I was subtracting a negative, I'd rewrite it as addition or something like that. Today we're going to be looking a lot at the constants, right? So we want to move constants to one side of the equal sign and variable terms to the other by adding and subtracting the terms on both sides. If we had multi-step equations, we would be isolating the variable by multiplying both sides by the reciprocal of the coefficient, but we're not going to be worrying about that today. And then we can always check our answer by substituting what we get back into the original equation. So let's look at a few problems here. So I have C plus 8/9, and that is equal to 5/18. And I want to solve this for C. So one thing that's easier when you're solving these is to rewrite this with a common denominator. And the reason I'm going to do that here is because I know I'm going to end up adding or subtracting these fractions. So the equation I'm going to solve is C plus 16/18 equals 5/18. Now, 8/9 here is the constant on the variable side because it is not being multiplied by a variable, so it's constant. And what I want to do is I want to eliminate this constant here that's on the variable side. So 16/18, to eliminate it, it's a positive 16/18. I want to subtract 16/18. But what I do to one side of the equal sign, I have to do to the other side. So I'm also going to subtract 16/18 on the other side. And I end up with C equals 5/18 minus 16/18 is negative 11/18. This next example here, this is one here where I could simplify it a little bit. I want to rewrite this as Z plus 5, and I'm going to take my time here and write the same denominator too. The least common denominator of 18 and 3 is 18. So 1/3 can be rewritten as 6/18, and that's going to be equal to 1 7/18. Now again, my constant on the variable side is this 5 6/18, so that's what I want to eliminate. This is a positive 5 6/18, so I am going to subtract 5 6/18 on both sides. Okay. And now here I want to be careful. So I have 1 minus 5. That's a negative 4. But I have a 7/18 minus 6/18. That's a positive 1/18. So when I combine a negative 4 and a positive 1/18, if I'm at negative 4, I'm going to move 1/18 closer to 0. So I'm going to end up at negative 3 17/18. And that is what Z is equal to. Here are two problems for you to practice on your own. Please show your work and show your steps in how you solve these equations. So for number 1, I want to rewrite this. I'm going to simplify adding a negative. I'm going to write it as subtraction. And I'm also going to get a common denominator. The least common denominator of 8 and 4 is 8. So I'm going to just rewrite this as negative 5/8 equals n minus 6/8. And then 6/8 is my constant on the side with the variable. So I'm going to add 6/8 to both sides. And I end up with 1/8 is equal to n. Next here, I'm going to just rewrite this with a common denominator. So negative 2 and 5/10 equals n plus 5 7/10. This positive 5 7/10 is the constant on the variable side. So that is what I want to subtract. And again, we want to consider this carefully here. If I have a negative 2 minus 5, that gives me a negative 7. And then I also have a negative 5/10 minus 7/10. Negative 5 minus 7 is negative 12 tenths. And negative 12 tenths is actually equal to a negative 1 and 2 tenths, which is a negative 1 and 1/5. Now if I combine negative 7 and negative 1 and 1/5, I'm going to end up at negative 8 and 1/5 is equal to n. And that's my answer for the second problem. And that's how we solve these equations.